So you all must have heard by now that the penny is no more. That's right, the US 1 cent coin that we affectionately call the penny is to cease production in early 2026 when they run out of coin blanks to stamp the coins. And the last year of issue, what will actually be stamped on the coin is 2025. So you've probably seen on the internet, lots of internet folks are saying you gotta save them, you gotta hoard them, you gotta collect them, because they are going to be serious collector's items. And I can tell you unequivocally that those people have no idea what they're talking about. Yeah, the TLDR of this video is that these coins are not worth hoarding, and you absolutely shouldn't waste your time, energy, or money on that. But by the end of this video, you're going to understand why, you'll understand a little bit more about how coin collecting and the coin business works, and I'll tell you which coins you should be hoarding. So first off, 2025 pennies, why shouldn't you hoard them? Well, first of all, let's take a thought about what it is we're really talking about, right? We're saying that it's the last year of issue, right? The last year of this design. Well, there are other pennies that have had last year of issues, and are they worth hundreds, thousands, or even millions of dollars? The answer is no. Let's take the wheat penny, right? The wheat penny is one of the most collectible 1 cent coins in the world, right? And they ended production in 1958. The last wheat penny off the production line was in 1958. And guess what? Not only are they worth very little, but they're the least valuable of all the wheat cents. And they're worth between like 3 and 5 cents 70 years later. That's right, so if you hold on to them for 70 years, and guess what? You might say, what about grading them, right? Well, take a look at this. This coin graded in MS65 condition from 1958 sold for $11. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, well, 11 bucks, if I get, several rolls of these and they sell for 11 bucks each, I could make a fortune. Well, don't forget that the grading fee on that is like 30 or 40 bucks. So yeah, if you want to hold on to a bunch of pennies, get them graded, you will end up losing about $30 per coin after holding them for 70 years. You can clearly see that that is an absolute waste of time. Okay, maybe you're still not convinced. Maybe you think to yourself, well, still, regular wheat pennies sell between 3 and 5 cents each, right? That's a 300 to 500% profit per coin over face value. So maybe it's still worth holding on to them. Well, let's think about it a little bit at scale, right? So you have 100 pennies, that's $1, and in 70 years, right, now they're worth $3 to $5. Well, 300 to 500% increase, that's not bad, but is it really worth holding on to that for 70 years to make $2 to $3? Probably not. But let's extrapolate that out, right? Okay, what would you need to really make some money? Let's say $1,000 worth of pennies, right? $1,000 worth of pennies, you'll still have to wait 70 years for them to be potentially worth $3,000 to $5,000. So you're gonna hold on to them for 2.5, 3 generations so that you make $2,000. But think about the logistics. That's the key part here. $1,000 in pennies, which again, is not that much, is 100,000 pennies. Do you know what that weighs? That weighs over 500 pounds. So basically what you're saying is if you think that having $1,000 worth of pennies to hold on to for 70 years and have your kids and then your grandkids deal with a 500-pound pile of copper, or well, now zinc, that's what you're going to be leaving to your kids, basically a problem and a logistical nightmare? If you're going to invest $1,000 in coins to leave your kids, just buy a roll of American Silver Eagles. It's this big. You pass it on to them. If they like it, they keep it and pass it on to their kids. If they don't, they sell it. Easy peasy. You didn't inconvenience anybody, and you didn't make some wildly crazy investment of 500 pounds for $1,000 worth of pennies. Okay guys, I promise I am about to tell you which coins you should be hoarding in order to speculate to try and make some extra money. I promise you we'll get there, but first I want to put the last nail in the coffin and tell you why you absolutely should not be hoarding 2025 pennies. And by the way, if you guys are enjoying this video and you enjoy learning about ways to make money on coins and coin collecting in general, hit the subscribe button, you won't regret it. Anyway, now, if you are not convinced and you think to yourself, okay, but what's the harm in saving a couple $100 worth of pennies? I don't mind the logistics, I don't mind the investment, what's the harm in it? Well, the harm is what's called opportunity cost. So aside from the logistics, aside from the fact that there's no evidence that these coins are going to be worth anything, the real issue is that if you're putting your money into hoarding pennies, you're not putting it somewhere else. And if the goal is to have a multi-generational thing that you can pass on to your kids. Because again, nobody thinks that these coins are going to be worth something in 10 days or 10 years. It's going to be like 20, 30, 50, 100 years. So this is for your kids. So let's think about it like this. If you would have hoarded pennies back even in the wheat cent era, and you would have hoarded 1958 wheat cents, all the way up to today, $1,000 worth, right? You got the 500-pound barrel, you filled it up with coins, and you saved them for 70 years. Well, guess what? Today, those coins would be worth 3 to 5 times their value, $3,000 to $5,000. Whoopee. Well, guess what? If you would have put that money into the S&P 500, which grows at an average about 8% per year, that money would be worth $175,000. Yes, that's the kind of mistake that you would be making. I rest my case, Your Honor. Okay, I think it's safe to assume that we've put that issue to sleep and that you are fully convinced not to hoard the 2025 pennies. And if you're not convinced, please explain why in the comments below, because I have got to understand what is going on inside that head of yours. But anyway, which coins should you consider hoarding, or less pejoratively, stacking? Well, I have been making videos on this platform for over a decade singing the virtues of stacking silver or hoarding silver coins. And there are tons of great options. I've made a million videos. Subscribe to my channel, go through them. But obviously, my top choices are Morgan silver dollars because you get both the collectability numismatic side and the silver stacking side out of it. A little less so, but still great, are peace dollars. And then, of course, US junk silver, constitutional silver. You can't go wrong there. And I'm also a big fan of world junk silver as well, because a lot of the time you can get that with 0 premium. That is incredible. So definitely look into that. But where should you get that stuff? Well, go to your local coin store. Obviously, keep your eyes peeled at garage sales and estate sales. You can go to lots of different coin shows. There's lots of different options, but my favorite as of late, and I bet most of you can guess, is Whatnot. If you don't know what Whatnot is an incredible live video auction app in which bidders and sellers come together in real time to buy and sell all sorts of cool collectibles. Obviously, I'm mostly into coins and precious metals, but they've got everything. If you collect it, it's on Whatnot. And if you use my link, whatnot.com/invite/silverpicker to download the app, you'll get $15 in Whatnot credit added to your account automatically. And you can use that at one of my auctions or any of the other great sellers. But if you don't want to wait, you can go straight to my Whatnot shop and grab yourself a $15 silver Walking Liberty $half, and basically you get it for free. You use my link, you download the app, you get yourself the $15 credit, and you grab yourself one of those silver coins. You can't beat that. So don't miss out on that. But what are some other coins you can consider hoarding that are in the penny category, right? Well, there's lots of them, and we don't have time in this video to go into all the details, but I made an incredible video that you can check out in the card over here in the description box below on which wheat cents you can still find in circulation that are worth tons and tons of money. But shorthand, here's what to look out for. Key dates. You can find that list of key dates in that video, all the different rare dates to look for. Errors. Any coin that was messed up during the production can be worth a ton of money, as well as varieties, which to mere muggles look like normal coins, but to the trained eye, you can find little different variations on individual pennies that can change the coin from being worth a cent to being worth thousands and thousands of dollars. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. So, do you guys have more questions about the 2025 penny or which coins you should be hoarding, collecting, or otherwise? Put it in the comments below and let me know. But I've had a really fun time with this video because there is so much misinformation going about on the internet about these 2025 pennies, and I wanted to be here to set the record straight. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I've got a lot more awesome stuff coming down the pike, so stay tuned, and until then, Silver Picker out. Oh, and by the way, if you want to hold on to a couple of 2025 pennies, I won't tell anyone. If you think that videos like this are important for the public, consider supporting me on Patreon at patreon.com/silverpicker and get access to our private Discord server, truly the most welcoming and easy place to learn about coin collecting and precious metals investing.